Good morning. We'll continue with our poem Elegy Written in a Country Churchyard. We are on line 89th, that is stanza 23rd. On some fond breast the parting soul relies, some pious drops the closing eye requires. Even from the tomb the voice of nature cries, even in our ashes live their wonted fires. So earlier we had seen that the poet is talking about the simple village folks who have been buried in the country churchyard, and they don't have any lavish graves which signify their being. And the poet is saying that these simple poor country folks, like these villagers in the country churchyard, depend on their loved ones as they die. Means they depend on their love, their feelings, their emotions as they are parting from this life. They depend on their loved ones as they are dying, or we can say as their souls are going or departing from this part of the world. They need some pious or pure religious friend or neighbor to close their eyes for them as they die. Means or they want this feeling that someone or their close relatives or their loved ones are relying on him, or they are showing their emotions. They feel bad about his leaving this world. So it's natural for everyone, maybe, who is dying, to see that his loved ones are caring for him, or they are emotional about his leaving this world. It is the voice of nature, that is, even from the tomb the voice of nature cries. Voice of nature means the voice of nature is personified. The voice of nature calls out from the grave, and the villagers' accustomed passions, their passions, what are the passions? The wanted fires live on their ashes or their remains. The poet wants to say that the call of the nature, like a person, is crying out from the grave, and the villagers who are accustomed or known to these passions live on in their ashes or their remains. For thee, who mindful of the unhonored dead, dost in these lines their artless tale relate, if chance by lonely contemplation led, some kindred spirit shall inquire thy fate. The speaker here refers to himself in these lines, and he is calling himself thee. Thee or thou is an old fashioned word in Old English, and it is a form or the version of you. Thee and thou were actually informal or more intimate versions of you in French, Spanish, and many other languages that have two versions of you. English used to have a formal and an informal way of saying you, and the poet is using this version over here. The speaker is actually saying to himself, he is saying that he is aware or he is mindful of the dead people who haven't been honored with lots of monuments. So he is memorizing them in these lines of poetry. The speaker wonders what would happen if some random kindred spirit who happened to be musing on similar things, that is, like death, might ask about the speaker's fate. He answers this stanza in the next. He answers his question in the next stanza, that what would a kindred spirit say about these questions, and what would it ask the speaker about his fate. Haply some hoary-headed swain may say, oft have we seen him at the peep of dawn, brushing with hasty steps the dews away, to meet the sun upon the upland lawn. So, in the earlier stanza, we had seen that the speaker is wondering what would some random kindred spirit would talk about or think about these things. So he answers his question in this stanza, and with some alliterations, haply some hoary-headed and swain, this he is answering. Hoary-headed here means some grey-haired. Swain is some farmer. He says that probably some grey-haired farmer would say that they had seen or often seen the speaker hurrying through the dew-covered grass to watch the sun come up on the meadow lawn. Means he is in a way answering that what would the kindred spirit or what would someone say about the person who is buried under this grave, that what would he say or what would he think about him. So he says that probably some grey-haired, that is hoary-headed swain means farmer, would say about him that often we had seen him. Peep of dawn means at the time of dawn or when the sun rises. We had seen him roaming around in the meadow lawns covered with dew on the grasses. We had often seen him roaming around on these meadows. That means he would fondly remember that farmer or the person who is underneath this grave. Thank you.